Hi there, it's Livvy. Welcome back to another video. Today we are building our island entrance for our Elegantcore Island. As you can see, there's a bit of a spoiler in the background as we built this on stream together. If you wish to be a part of the building process, I am live right here on YouTube every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. BST. So feel free to come and drop by and have your input and ideas put into our builds. Also, before we get started, I wanted to start doing something new. In our Discord server, we have a new channel where people can show off their island builds, and I thought we could show them in our videos. Here is a build from one of our members, Scrappy. He is building a spooky core island, and the entrance is already looking amazing. If you want to show off your builds and want a chance to be featured in a future video, feel free to join our Discord server. There's a link in the description down below. Right, let's get started onto the speed build. So starting off, we did go with the pathway first, and at first we were just doing a 2 wide path, but then we decided to go for 4 wide. You'll see a bit later on, but we also got started on with the cliffs because I had this great idea that when you enter the island, you would go up a incline onto a little hill area, and resident services would be surrounded by all of the terraforming stuff like that. So that is what we are getting started on doing here. I do struggle a bit with terraforming, I won't lie. It's just, you know how it is. Especially if my controller starts to be a little weird. It's mainly my Nintendo Switch controllers that have the drift, but I'm a bit worried my Pro controller is kind of getting it. Fingers crossed it's not and it's just me imagining it. Anyway, here we are just building the cliff up a bit and just trying to figure out how wide we wanted it, because I did like at the start think we're gonna have like this big wide cliff area to decorate, but it doesn't really end up staying like that, unfortunately, which kind of does suck a little bit, but what can you do? We had a bit of trouble with the incline. You'll see when we do the incline, it's a bit of a mess. Right, here we go with the path again, trying to just measure it out, see what we like. Here I was going too wide. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't look good. Let's just bump it out a little bit more here. So that's what we're doing. I'm putting down the normal pathway, the stone pathway. I actually really like this. It's one of my favorites in the game. And then you see me start to layer it off with some custom designs. So I'm going for a purple theme. Normally when you search up Elegantcore, it's all like this royal blue, the blue flowers, blue items, you know, and it looks nice. It looks great. I love blue elegance. That's what like really captured my eyes. But really, it's just, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to just embrace the purple. It is also my favorite color, so why not? So we just put down like this wedding arch and also a stone gate here. Measuring out with the walls. I thought the gate would be a bit of a problem, especially with the incline, because the incline is 2 wide. The gate is 1 wide, and I just, in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is not going to work, but we'll see. I put down some bushes, the purple hydrangeas, I think they're called. One of my favorite bushes. They are super pretty. Oh look, there's Raymond just exercising for some reason. Okay, so I put down these purple pansy flowers as well. Very cute. I love them. They're not my most favorite flower, but they are starting to grow on me. I will say that. We got this very cute gazebo here, which fit right directly in the middle perfectly. I was a bit worried because when we did our little inspiration corner last time, we had the flowers 3 wide and the gazebo lined up with that perfectly. So having it 4 wide, I was a little worried, but it all works. It's all great. Here we are putting down some more custom pathways. I got this little stone design with the grass peeking through. I just thought it looked so good. So we're putting this either side here, and then we're gonna go in with these little stone circle designs I have two of them. One of them's like a perfect circle. The other one is not. We went with this one because we used the last one in our inspiration corner and the statues kind of just sat directly on top of it. You couldn't really see it all too well. It is just still slightly peeking out, but I like this one more. You can see what I mean. So, of course, what we do on one side, we do on the other as well. I did explain it in the last video. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other. That's basically what Elegantcore is about. It's all symmetry, everything looking the same, you know. So again, it was a massive struggle for me trying to make sure everything is perfect on both sides. Here you can see I'm doing a little bit of like experimenting. Do I like the statue right up to the flowers? Do we like having the pathway on both sides? Ultimately, we decided to go for the design on the left. We liked it when the pathways were on either side of the statue, so went in to fix that there. And then I thought, time to stop procrastinating. We need the incline. Before we go on, we need to put that down. I chose the stone staircase incline to match with all the other rest of the stone stuff. And here's where the trouble began. I did not want it poking out. I wanted it inside of the cliff here. So we started I tried this out. I don't know what I was doing here. I don't know why I thought that was going to work, but we're going to ignore that part. But here we go into the cliffside here and just trying to measure it out, see if it's looking good. No, I have to go back one more, which I did explain a little bit earlier. I didn't really plan for the incline to go all the way in. So unfortunately, there's just a tiny little gap up there. A little bit of spacing to walk through. Not the best, but it's what we can use with the space we have already. I haven't actually proper reset my island if you've been following along with the videos. I'm using my old island, so it's a bit of a pain having my resident services here. If I was to actually reset, I definitely would not have my resident services so close to my airport, but it's what we have to work with, you know. Here I am adding in some more cliffs to the side and trying to measure out the castle walls we have here. It wasn't really fitting, so I just thought let's just build the cliffs out just a tiny bit more, just so it can fit. Oh, here's where all of my villagers got trapped in resident services. It was very funny to see that. We all had a good time laughing about that on stream. And then I had the idea to block off the sides here with some fences. We'll get back to that in a little bit. We did do a poll of which fence to use on stream. So that's very fun. Again, if you do decide to come hang out with us on stream, you could have your ideas and inputs put into the island. Very fun, just involving everyone in the building process and also the decorating process as well. So here we go. We had like two different fences. We had the spooky fencing, which is this one right here, and then the iron fencing, which we put down earlier. So we did a little poll. Turned out everyone loved the spooky fencing, which I did too. I thought it just looked great. I'm not too sure why it's called spooky fencing. Nothing about it gives spooky to me. I don't know. Anyway, it looked great, so we went for it. Here we go, building out the cliff a little more. I had visions and ideas of having these big waterfalls on either side. I thought it would look great and grand and, you know, elegant. So here we go, inputting the waterfalls here. And I also wanted to have it double layered, tiered waterfalls. So I had to go back and terraform. We did a lot of terraforming. Lot of back and forth in. I should have just did it in like big batches instead of just going back and forth, because it was a bit of a nightmare doing it this way, you know. So here we have the waterfalls on both of the layers, and I just connected them and went back down to the ground level and just did a little bit of a baby tiny river just going along the side there. Thought it was very, very cute and a great way to end the custom pathway that we have there. And of course, whatever you do on one side, you do to the other. So we had to go in. This time I learnt my lesson. I did a massive batch of terraforming and it worked out in our favor. It was a lot better instead of going back and forth here. So learn from your mistakes, I guess. Once again, doing the waterfalls on both layers here, connecting them both, looking great, and there's our little baby river again. Is it even considered a river? I don't even know. It's just there. It looks great. It looks nice. And then I had an idea of like, what do we do in this little section here, you know? How do we make it a bit more seamless, you know? So back to the terraforming we go, because then I had an idea. Maybe we could have like a little corner waterfall here that we could like end off the cliff, the second layer of the cliff here. So here's what we did. Building up with the terraforming and then going in. We added one waterfall and then connected it to the waterfall on the side here, as you can see. Also making sure to round off the corners as well, very important. We'll go to the other side, switching over, and we create the same pattern that we did on the other side. It was a bit tricky, like I said, trying to make sure it was symmetrical, all similar, all the same, you know. That's what makes Elegantcore one of like the hardest themes to do. Just trying to make sure everything is measured out, everything is looking great, everything is the same. Here we are adding some flowers and bushes to the cliffs now. I went with white roses this time instead of the purple flowers we have down below. I just thought it looked really, really nice just having two different colors. And now we can start decorating. Very, very fun. I had lots and lots of fun doing this. We put down some benches, some tables, and also some plants. The plants do change. I will show you that a bit later on. But here comes a bit of a problem. We put down these fences, and in doing so, it made it a bit smaller down on this side, as you can see. So putting the benches there didn't really work out. It wasn't going to look the same. So I thought maybe we could go for a different idea. Instead of the benches, we can put down this table and chair, which I thought looked very, very cute. And of course, we are mirroring this side as well, putting down the benches, putting it all down in the exact same spots, you know. I think this turned out so cute, so pretty. Having it all symmetrical, it's amazing, even though it's a pain. It really did just turn out really, really nicely. And so here we are at the end. This is what it's looking like. I am going to go into the game right now and show you some changes we did make though. Okay, back into the game. I can show you what this is looking like. I did do a couple of changes off stream and off recording, but let me just walk you through it. Here we have the airport, and here's how we get onto the island. I think it is just looking so great, so cute. So I added in these little bushes instead. I just thought they looked better a bit more than the cypress plants, but we do have the cypress plants down here still. I also added a little butterfly model onto the side of the cliff up there, and just a little of this like tiny little decorations, like these little teacups here, this little bird bath, the candles on the tables, and also some purple flowers up there. I don't really know what that item is called, but going up, I did add some decorations along the side here, some purple pansies, the little statue Turkey Day column things. I don't really know what they're called, but they look good with the little planters on top as well as the little topiary bush plant things. I also added the silo here to give it a bit of a castle look, as you can see. But yeah, I think this turned out so good. I am very happy with how this is looking. It's so exciting. I cannot wait to do the rest of the island now. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It was a bit of a chaotic video because I was like going absolutely everywhere in the decorating. You know, we did it on stream, so I was like doing so many different things all at once, but hopefully it came together all nicely in the end. Right, I shall see you guys next time. Bye everyone. Bye bye.